Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Cartridge Fun. It's that time again where I get to share my finds with you guys, this time for the month of August. And my month of August was fairly flat. The flea markets, the garage sales, they all kind of seemed dried up. Didn't find a ton, and I just didn't have a lot of footage of me looking for games. So hopefully that changes soon where I can take you on that adventure with me. And the garage sale season is kind of getting close to an end in my area where I live. But you never know, those things kind of pop up here and there. So hopefully I can get some footage in the near future of me looking for some games. But I did come across a few items for the month of August that I didn't have in my collection, and always happy to come across NES titles, as well as a couple of Super Nintendo games. So the first thing that I picked up was a Super Nintendo game. I was pretty excited that it's a Konami title. It's one I didn't know anything about, but the price was right. I think this one was $3, and it's Animaniacs. I loved the cartoon as a kid, but this game isn't that great. I spent a little bit of time with it and just couldn't really get into it. It just seemed like it was missing some things. But always happy to add a game I don't have into my collection. So happy to add one more Super Nintendo game to my huge collection of probably like 11 Super Nintendo games. I did come across an NES game that I've been looking for. It's not super uncommon, but it's a fairly decent title, and that's Journey to Silius. So this is kind of similar to a run and gun style of game. It's not as fast paced. Definitely difficult to play, but it looks really good. It plays really nice. So definitely happy to add this one to my collection. So that's Journey to Silius. And then I found quite a few common titles. One like Trick Shooting, which is a Zapper game. Jordan versus Bird. Not my favorite basketball game by any means on the NES. I would probably have to say Double Dribble is fairly close to being my favorite, just because the graphics were a little bit better, and those cutscenes when you're dunking are pretty sweet. This one is 720. Nothing really fancy about this game. Very common title. This one's common, but I've never seen it before. And that's Racket Attack. So I think I paid maybe $1 or $2 for this, pretty much for most of these actually. This is Solar Jetman. This is a game I've never played before. I decided to check it out for a few minutes, and it's a fairly decent game once you understand the mechanics a little bit. It's kind of like a zero gravity type world where you're using jet propulsion around. It's an interesting game. I don't know if I could get into it for that long, but fairly decent title, one I didn't have. So happy to add that one to my collection as well. This one is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. You guys on Twitter said that it was a fairly decent title. So I haven't checked that one out yet. I definitely will. This was a game that I thought I would have in my collection just because it's so common and I come across it all the time, but I guess I didn't. When I'm out hunting for video games, I use an app on my phone that has a list of what I have in my collection. It helps me stay organized, especially when I'm looking at a ton of games and trying to figure out what I have, what I don't have. So I looked on my app, and I actually didn't have this game, and that's Baseball. So very common title for the NES. It's not expensive. I think this one was $2. So definitely happy to add that one to my collection. And then the last two games that I got this month, I actually didn't even get. My wife got these for me. She came across these games and picked them up for me. One of them is Shinobi, which is the Tengen cart, and this is actually going to be my first Tengen cart in my collection. I've come across a couple of others, but I've just never really kept them. I've traded them off or given them away. So this time I decided to hang on to this one a little bit. So Shinobi, I haven't played this one. I'm hoping it's similar to the other Shinobi games. Maybe it might not look as nice, but I'll check it out, let you guys know. And then she also picked up another Super Nintendo game for me, so that puts me at 13 Super Nintendo games, which I know is the largest Super Nintendo collection you've ever seen. But she picked up a game I've been looking for a while, and that's Star Fox. This is a game that I didn't grow up playing. I saw a lot of people play this game, and in fact, I actually got invited over to someone's house when I was a kid multiple times so that I could play this game, and I actually never got to play the game. I always ended up sitting on the floor and watching him play this game, so it was kind of lame. But I got my own copy now. I've jumped into this a few times, and it's such a good title. Very unique gameplay for the Super Nintendo. So those were the games that I picked up for the month of August. Nothing fancy, like I said. I did come across a Mega Man 1. That is the last Mega Man title I need for my NES collection. However, when I picked it up to take a closer look at it, it was all busted up. It was cracked. It was broken. The insides were rattling, and it just wasn't worth the price. It wasn't really expensive, and that's what got me really excited about it. But I liked my games in a little bit better condition, so I was pretty bummed about that. So I'm always looking for that game. Hopefully in the near future I can complete my Mega Man collection. So like I said, that's all I had for you guys. But I did mention on Instagram and Twitter that I'd be doing a giveaway in this video, and my daughter actually put together a box for the winner. This is going to be a Mario themed box. There's a couple of Mario figurines as well as a really sweet mug that she came across. And then, of course, my kids' favorite, the Mario Kart fruit snacks. So those are going to be going your way. All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you do all three of those things by Saturday the 16th at midnight Central Time. Sometime that day I will pick a winner and hopefully announce that on the 17th. So just a few things that I want to send your way. Just say thank you for checking out the channel. Thanks for checking out the content and clicking that like and subscribe button. That always helps me out a ton. So I always want to try to do a couple of giveaways here and there. So there is your opportunities for some pretty cool things that my daughter put together for you guys. So, as always, just thanks for checking out this channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure that you check out that giveaway. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Cartridge Fun, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.